Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Tom Stewart here. I am with Matt Ricketts today, and this is Smart Business Moves. Hey, Matt.
Hey Tom, good to see you.
Hey. Yeah, Liz had some other stuff in her world going on today, and I knew that she was going to be off site, and she thought she was going to be able to join us, but got a text here about 5 minutes ago, and the stars aren't lining up. So Matt and I are holding down the fort today.
Yeah, I am. I'm excited to be here, and another topic is holiday marketing and things like that. So we can talk about that or anything else anybody wants to pick my brain on and what I'm working on. I was telling Tom I just moved into my new home office. They're actually moving appliances in. We got a kitchen down here, and it's not totally done, but this room is kind of coming together. And I have a window again. I was working out of an office closet for about a year, and I'm moving my camera around here to show it. I guess it's harder to do than I thought, but having natural light in an office and not being in a closet all day, that's a big win. I'm
Does
happy
that
for
does that
that.
does that change how you feel about stuff and
Oh man, I don't
feeling
know. I've
optimistic?
I've been thinking that it was a little dreary and a little closed off. Just having a window open it up if I want to get some fresh air. It's nice. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting all set up and getting all my camera. I have all these different cameras that I sometimes use for different video shows. I don't have my big gun hooked up yet for yet, but I've got a GoPro that's running our show today. So I like to. I used to do a lot of my own videos for my business, so I have all these toys sitting around that I just use them for web production and stuff like that. So
You ever do training videos wearing a GoPro?
you know what? We've tried it. It is headache inducing. It's just a little too much movement. It felt. We tried it. It felt like it would cause seizures. I don't know. It didn't turn out like.
Yeah, we've played around with that before too, and kind of the same thing. The idea of being able to do it like from a first person perspective, kind of like a video game, seemed to make a lot of sense, but the execution just didn't.
Although the technology has gotten
Really.
a lot better. So this is a GoPro 6 here, which I've got a GoPro 8 going, and now the GoPro 10 is out. So they've really improved that image stabilization a lot. So I have not tried it since I was using this GoPro, which is like 4 or 5 generations ago at this point. So maybe it's gotten better. Maybe we'll try it again. So it would be it would be great if
And
you could make it work.
they've got like the handheld stabilized, devices that will take a lot of the movement out. I'm wondering. No, we played around with like strapping it to your head or strapping it to your chest. I mean, you've seen all the harnesses and stuff they've got for that. I wonder if.
You need a gimbal like something like this that would stabilize it on your chest. So you would need some sort of gimbal to do that. So I've got that stuff sitting around here. Maybe I'll piece something together and let you know what I come up with.
You've seen the gyroscopic ones though that you can hold in your
Yeah,
hand. They're kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
big. I don't think they've got them small enough that you could like
You might
get it
have to
on
have
your
it on your head or
chest.
something like that. It might not sit on your chest, but yeah, I actually have a small. They're called a smooth. No, that's not a smoothie. I don't know. A smoothie is like when you have on a slider. I'm not sure what that's called, what the technical term is, but I own a small one that I bought a while back for shooting it, and
A
it may be
smoothie.
called a
That's when you
smoothie.
take like a banana and some berries and throw it in a blender, right?
Right, right, yeah, same principle. So we have yeah, some people showing up. It's again, we're talking about marketing, so cameras come in handy to make some of those videos. I've done a little bit of that this year. But maybe should we talk about gift cards or what should we talk about today?
Yeah, well,
There's
this is like all things holidays, and this is the last smart business moves of the month.
oh,
Next month
okay.
will be in November, and honestly, I need to check the calendar and find out what we're going to be doing in November. I'll look that up. But Matt, I know that you have for a while kind of been on the forefront of using gift cards and other type of promotional items to generate additional revenue in over the holiday season. And I think it would be very timely and useful if maybe you could just kind of
Yeah.
share some of your programs and the things you've learned and what works.
Yeah. So first of all, I do, have a good, strong history of running um, gift card promotions through the holidays, like you described. Oftentimes, generating an additional after discount revenue back to my company of about $30,000 annually. So it can be a big pop. I allow them to be sold to my existing customers, but I limit it to like $1,000 max per customer so that they can't buy the whole year worth or something like that. So you need to put some reasonable limitations on it so that you aren't upside down on customers that are going to use them. But in general, when you promote them to your email list and everything else, my redemption rates have been right around like 73 to 85%, depending on the year. So generally, even if you give a 20% discount, you're not giving up the full 20% because a lot of them never get redeemed.
So let's see the math on that. Just kind of keep it easy. You're doing a 20% discount and you're say selling them for $100 a piece. So I pay you $80. You give me 100 a coupon that's worth I guess a gift card that's worth $100. But
Right.
if you sell 10 of them, only seven of them come back on average. So you collect $800 and only 700 get redeemed. So you're really getting a better margin, gross profit off of the cleanings that you're getting with those cards than what you would if you didn't do the program
It,
at
it
all.
can it can work out that way. The hard part is the hard part is tracking them. So what I do is I sell them through an outside software called Gift Card Cafe, and then I put that credit into QuickBooks so that when they redeem them through Made Central, it applies. It goes and finds that customer that we've created, and it finds that credit that we're keeping on our books. And so that way, like every visit, it's deducting from that balance every time. So I have not found an automated way to do all of that yet, but maybe we'll talk about that in a design meeting at some point in time.
Yeah,
We'll have to.
it's definitely coming. It's definitely coming. But the cool part about it is it isn't like that this is something that you're doing all day, every day, throughout the year. It's just kind of
It's
a
true.
how much how much of a lift is it to manage through gift card cafe and just doing it in QuickBooks?
Not hard at all. I mean, it's every single time one comes in, you do need to make a register transaction, in your QuickBooks. So that's manual. So, but I mean, you're going to only do this, like you said, one time a year, probably where you're going to do a big push, and maybe you do some other ones for Mother's Day or things like that. But they're not going to sell at the level of Black Friday. I mean, that's and honestly, this year might be the year to do it. Maybe don't do it 20%. Maybe just do 10% this year. And here's the thing: with the supply chain disruptions, we might be their best gift that they could possibly deliver for a last minute choice, this year. We might be it, um, that they can wrap up and give to their wife and be a hero on, they might even be buying it on
Oh,
Christmas Eve, you know?
yeah. I mean, truly, if they're waiting last minute to go shopping, they're not gonna run out to a local store or go to Amazon and get it because it's not going to be there.
You haven't met my wife, Tom, but she's already done with her Christmas shopping. we have to, you'll have to meet her, but she's a very prepared person. I would not call her a prepper, but close. She believes in being prepared and having a full pantry and having Christmas shopping done before Thanksgiving. So we're done. I think I've got to buy her gifts still, but other than that, our family shopping is done.
She handles every. You're only responsible for one person, and
That's
that's your
pretty much
wife.
it. So I need to get on top of it and find out what she wants. But yeah, so she buys what she wants for the most part. We don't have any like, so I never know what to buy her because we generally just treat ourselves. If we need something, we get it. So we'll have to figure out what would be something unique. And I own a cleaning business, so I can't give her that. I don't know what kind of experience. Experiences are always great though. That's why buying a gift of cleaning is a fantastic gift. Like, we're all so used to it. We think everybody gets this, but it is a very unique gift. It's a great experience to get your house clean.
Um, I am sharing Gift Card Cafe, their website. Is there anything here in particular that somebody would need to know in terms of how to plug into this and
Yeah, so go to the
how to do
plans
it?
and pricing. This is kind of important because they have two different tiers of pricing. So um, what I would look at doing is, if you think you're going to sell a lot of gift cards, is that they have different fee structures that they offer. I think I'm grandfathered on something else, but they take a fee of, let's see, some small amount of the purchase. But if your gift cards are $1,000, right? You don't want to give up another 3% to them. So they'll take a flat fee if you go to the largest plan. So that would be the one I would do if you think you're going to run a program like this. So you're not giving up additional percentage in addition to your credit card processing.
So this is almost 5% with a one-time fee of $50. This is 3% with, okay, and I'm paying $10 a month every month, I guess.
Yep.
And this is a fixed fee paying $10 a month. So 3% divided into $2.50. Do a little bit of arithmetic here. If your average job was more than $84.40, which I'm sure it would be, it's more economical to do plan number 3 here.
And you can do packages anyway, like where you only sell gift cards in different tiers, like no matter what so you can sell a gift card for like $250 value, $500 value, or like, so I cap mine at 1,000 so that I don't have, and again, the reason behind that being I don't want some customer buying a whole year's worth at the whole discount. I mean, I'm willing to let my current customers get in on the deal, but not all of them do. Not everyone has the money to do that anyway, to pre-plan the year like that. So you will get some customers, your existing customers that do this, and that'll definitely drive up your redemption rate. But a lot of them will be one-time gifts and things like that. And what I would probably do is set it at a minimum of $250 for your gift card, because really, if it's the first time in a house, $250 is probably, actually our minimum this year became $300. So we probably, if we did this year, we would need to change our minimum to $300, I guess.
Okay.
So that's how I would structure it. Or you can do packages where you have a certain number of estimated cleanings and things like that where you can do it. So, but that plan makes the most sense if you're going to sell a big volume for that amount there.
So in my mind, this is the easy part though, because any of us could go to Gift Card Cafe and set up an account and, okay, I'm selling gift cards now. And I guess the way it works is they give you a hyperlink and you click on the link and it goes to what the options are, and they actually enter their credit card and actually are buying these, digital cards, if you will, through Gift Card Cafe.
Yeah.
You're at that point, the Gift Card Cafe takes the money and pays you and gives whoever's buying the gift card in a digital format, I guess.
Right.
So the hard part is, how do you drive demand for that? Because it's easy to set up the link and nobody ever clicks on it, nobody ever buys anything. So what's the trick to actually selling them?
Yeah, the trick is you have to leverage your lists, right? So you have to decide who you're going to sell this to, who you're going to, how you're going to market this. So the best and easiest place to do so is your current lists. So you have an email list that you've generated. So I use Made Central now for all of my email lists. I can actually segment out, past customers that are no longer customers, So the first people I try and sell this to are people that have gotten quotes from us in the past and that don't do and that have not done business with us. So I segment my list into different lists. So I'll segment it out into leads, like they've gotten a quote from us, and then I'll segment it out into past customers and then current customers. And I'll wait to see how the other two perform before I send out to current customers as well. So you can automate some of this with your email provider, where you can set all these up in advance. So I have, let me see if I can open up an email here and share it. So I'll have, let me see what I got going on here, if I can share it. Now, these are just the images. I don't know that I have the actual copy from the emails going on, but let me share my screen here if I can. Give me a second. There it is. There's the share button. Okay, it's like I can share the whole screen, so it's like a big blob of stuff going on over here. But so that, I'll have an image set up. I'll edit the image. You could use Canva or something like that. Put your logo on it. Put the offer in it. The other thing you can do is use your lists, your email lists, to target people on Facebook. Now, I know that we're all thinking like Facebook, nobody's using it as much anymore, but we're all broadcasting on it now. The demographic that's leaving Facebook rapidly is under 35. But we're all over 35, I assume, that's on this, and probably a lot of our buyers are. Facebook is incredibly sticky to that demographic over 35. So it is still where people our age or older are spending their time on social media. So you could create like an image like this and then target your previous customers, your leads, and even create lookalike audiences if you want to go broader, and target them as well. So we'll do some of that as well when we do this.
So what you're describing there, I know some people probably have done that before, taking an email list and building a campaign and uploading the email list into Facebook, which basically at that point, the Facebook accounts that are linked to those email addresses then start seeing that ad coming up in the news feed, right?
Yeah, and I'll be totally honest, the thing that delivers the best is just the email, but we do sell some through that channel as well, yes. And it's cheap to test. But we all probably have bigger email lists than we even use. I would assume that most of us have, even if you got 100 leads a month. I mean, I don't know, that might be high, whatever it is. Most companies are generating between 500 to 1,000 new leads a year. That they don't sell all of those. But those are people still that are engaged with you in some way. And if you've been collecting those leads for years, I mean, I cleaned my list up a few years ago. I had like 30,000 emails, and I basically said anything over like 3 years old that has never responded to anything, I'm just going to get rid of, because it's not really good for my deliverability and stuff like that. And I still ended up having like 16,000 emails. It's like, so most of us have big lists. I think that we've been in business for a while, and if you haven't, then this is harder to scale. You need some sort of list to work off of.
But we can all be building our lists, and maybe that's a topic for another day. But that's certainly important. But we all have a list, and the actual campaign you're doing. Do you what's the how many emails? What's the actual sequence look like, and what's the timing of it?
Sure. So we actually kind of do like Black Friday early. So we actually start sending these on Monday. We're actually trying to capture the buzz before all the other Black Friday deals go live. So like the Monday of Thanksgiving week, we send out an email. We'll send out an email Wednesday night saying Black Friday came early, like here's the deal. And then we'll send one final email on Friday to try and capture any stragglers, like, hey, last chance. So generally 3 emails. And generally we do them in the morning. The first one on Black Friday, the one on Black Friday we send out fairly early, because the kind of people out shopping for deals, they might be in a line at a store and they might open their phone. So we might send that one out at like 5 in the morning or something like that. The rest of them we all send out at kind of more normal times, like 9 a.m. through noon, basically, to try and get most of the day for them to get some eyeballs on that email.
Do you find actually using the words Black Friday in the subject line get you a higher open rate?
I would have to look at what we've sent. I think what we usually do is like, our best cleaning deal all year basically is what we typically cover is, the best deal for Made Central all year. Because it truly is. It's the only time we ever do any discounting is this 1 week where we offer this discount. And so some people wait for it all year. And you got me thinking I may do it. I was kind of thinking we aren't going to do it this year, but I'm going to do 10% this year. I'm gonna
So,
just
but and the cool part about it is what you're telling me is the first email doesn't go out until like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Is that right?
Monday before Thanksgiving, then the Wednesday right before, and then the Friday after. So that you start the week of Thanksgiving, Monday,
Okay.
Wednesday, Friday. So one of them might be, the Wednesday one might be Black Friday, came early. But the first one is our very best deal all year. And then the very last one is something like last chance to get Better Life Made's best deal all year. So the sequence is something along those lines where the last one is kind of last chance. Black Friday came early is the middle one. And then the first one is our very best deal all year. And it really should be your best deal all year because you don't want to be discounting often. It's something special.
And the thing to keep in mind here, though, you don't, all of these gift cards, some of them aren't redeemed. I mean, if 30% of them aren't redeemed, that's basically free money, you know?
It's
Uh,
very much the case that they regularly are not redeemed. People buy
So,
stuff like all the time and it goes to waste.
is there something like in the terms when it was being purchased that says that this has an expiration date of such and such time?
I don't because they're a cash value. So like, in 10 years if somebody came with one and you know, and we had applied it to QuickBooks and it would all be there, we would treat it. Our cleanings have gone up in value, so that $100 gift card that they bought 10 years ago is worth $100 still. So it's not like I would never sell a gift card for a deep clean and then like somebody redeems that 10 year. That could be problematic. Um, as long as it's a cash value, it it really can't come back to
Yeah,
hurt you.
really, it's working for you, especially like in inflationary times. And if your rates are continuously going up, they come back in 10 years, and it's like, well, great. A cleaning is,
It covers
$500.
Yeah,
So,
it covers 20%. Here's, that's fine. We'll take that and we'll cover the rest. There are some legal parameters you need to look at. Each state has different rules on gift card expirations. There's federal rules requiring them that they last at least 5 years, I believe. And so you want to basically follow at least the federal guidelines as your minimum. You can probably get that from Gift Card Cafe. They
I would
have
assume
some
they
advice on
manage
that.
all that for you, though, right?
They do. They do.
They're not going to
But
let you put together a program that's violating the law, I wouldn't
that's
think.
I don't know. I think that you probably could still end up, you know, I don't know for sure, but I do know that they give you all the guidance as to what the federal minimums are. But some states have stricter rules, and you just need to make sure that you're in compliance with your state rules too, because some states don't allow gift cards to expire at all. They have to maintain their cash value indefinitely. The truth is, though, as long as you put them into your QuickBooks at that point, even if you decided not to keep a subscription to Gift Card Cafe, you've at least recorded that liability moving forward on that potential customer's account.
But customer A buys that card. It's a gift
Uh,
card, though. So if
it's
they give
true.
it to their next door neighbor, you don't know who, I mean, you
You
don't
do
have them.
generally. They do generally fill it out for who it is. They put the name of the recipient and their email address. So because they're
Okay.
digitally sent to that person, they do get a digital. You have enough information to create a unique identified customer in QuickBooks with a unique email address generally.
So if I'm have one of these gift certificates worth $300 and I call up Better Life Maids. It's like, hey, my neighbor gave me this gift certificate for
What's your
$300 off my
email?
own clean.
What's your email address? We'll search them in QuickBooks first.
That's kind of the key field. Is there any type of control number on it that makes it like unique?
There is a certificate number, and we put that in the notes as well.
Okay.
But we redeem them
And
out of gift card cafe. So we don't use gift card cafe for the redemption feature because I don't want to have to keep a gift card cafe subscription forever. What if I don't want to use their service anymore? That's why I immediately put them into QuickBooks and track them that way.
okay.
But I've been using gift card cafe for years, so it's really never been an issue. So I could probably just do the redemption in gift card cafe. I've always just been looking for a better tool or to integrate it more seamlessly with the way I do things. But it's the best thing that I've found for now. I'm sure if somebody had a better suggestion, I would be open to it at this point. Like,
Well,
I'm always evaluating tools.
we
It's
will build a better tool, but for the
yeah,
moment, this is a pretty cool idea, and I love the idea of pulling the revenue forward, because this is money that you can get now that you might not even get at all, and the 30% aren't redeemed. That's free money.
yeah. I think, and also, I mean, it is a great gift. Like it is, and it's such a exciting thing that like, that people think of our businesses enough to actually even give it as a gift, right? Like, not all service businesses, like a plumber, they can't sell a gift card, right? People think this is a cool enough
Waiting for the
thing,
hot water heater to blow up. Finally,
right?
okay, now I can use that gift card.
Right. So, I mean, think about that. We have a service that's exciting enough for people to even buy. Most service businesses, like window cleaning, anything like that, they can't sell gift cards. We have something that people desire. We actually sell such a luxury item that people would buy it in advance and give it to someone as a gift. That people forget our businesses are a luxury item that is pretty cool. If we deliver it in a great experience and package it well, I mean, it's not a Louis Vuitton purse, but it's very valuable, and it's a status symbol thing for a household to have their house clean too.
So I guess the other part of it is you're sending these emails out to inactive customers or leads maybe that have never converted. Some of those are going to turn into new recurring business, I would think, right?
That's my first hope, is that we recapture some of those leads, and the reason I segment them into three different lists is I want to see which lists perform the best and where that revenue came from and the sales came from. And um, you got to segment your list. You can't just send this out in one big blast. You need to know which list got the best opens, which list got the best purchases. There's a lot of reasons to segment the list, but yes, to re-engage old leads that maybe hadn't thought of you in 6 months, or I mean, you should be emailing your entire list once a month. You should be like, what's the company that sends out a coupon every month in the mail? They're like a home furnishing provider of some kind.
I'm thinking Valpak, but that's not what you're talking
No,
about.
no, I'm thinking of a store like where you buy all your stuff for college. It's not IKEA, but it's like, anyway, they send out a coupon every month for like 20% off one item. And rain or shine, you have this coupon in your inbox. And so when you're looking for something to buy, like you need like a new pillow or something like that, you go to your email address and you search for that company. So rain or shine once a month that they're going to send you something. I just can't. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on it. Does anybody out there know what I'm talking about? It's like
I have no idea. I'm thinking it's a St. Louis thing, a Missouri thing.
no, it's Bed Bath and Beyond. There you go. See,
Oh,
Karen knew
get
what I was talking
out!
about.
Get out! Thank you, Karen. Whoa, you saved us. Okay, we do
Yeah,
have Bed Bath and Beyond here. I never paid attention.
yeah, Bed
They
Bath and Beyond. She knew what I was talking about. I just couldn't think of the name of the company. But my wife is on their subscriber list, and whenever she needs to buy something, you don't buy anything full price from Bed Bath and Beyond because it's all marked up. But she got that 20% off coupon, and sometimes it's 20% off your whole cart, and sometimes it's 20% off your one item. And if you get the 20% off your whole cart one, you're going to go there and buy like everything for your dorm or whatever you need, for college, right? There you go. Linda knew what I was talking about too. There you go. So
huh.
it was so Bed Bath and Beyond is like, if I were to give you a piece of advice, is market like Bed Bath and Beyond. Send one thing to your customers every month to stay relevant and in their inbox. so that you keep your list fresh. At least once a month, send something to your entire list. Even better if you segment it to like different targets on your list. But yeah, you need to be marketing to those lists pretty regularly.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. So, you know, you take it's kind of a convenient convergence, right? You got the holidays coming up. It's a good reason to, offer gift cards because people are going to have an interest. You can discount the gift cards to give people incentive to say, hey, I'm getting a deal. I can't pass this up. Send it to inactive customers and leads that are never converted. So you're going to generate more recurring revenue from that. I mean, it's you think about all those reasons. Really, we're any if you're not doing this, you're missing an opportunity, right?
Yeah, I think the marginal costs of the discount of 10% or whatever you decide to do are certainly overcome by all the things you just described. So yeah, I think it would be some sort of once a year big promotion would be good. I mean, then again, I talked about like Louis Vuitton doesn't offer discounts, so you might want to do it as a different structure if that doesn't fit your brand. If you are like truly the luxury brand, I don't consider my company the luxury cleaning provider. That's not my target. My target is like a family with 5 people in a 3-bedroom house. They've got a dog. There's too many people living there, and it's messy. It's dirty. It's not like some showroom house. I'm not a showroom cleaning company. Like we make these busy lives better, right? Like that's my name of the company is Better Life Maids. It's really strictly my market. What I'm trying to sell to is maybe different than like a true luxury brand, but it is such an everyday luxury to these people that we want to make accessible. So I guess it just depends on your positioning in the marketplace on how to do discounts.
Well, discount is one approach, and I know that I think what we discussed it's really important to be doing it on a dollar amount as opposed to, give us, I'm going to clean your home, type gift certificate because you really don't know what you're dealing with there. But is there a way that
Yes.
you could roll in extra value? Is a $500, $300, whatever gift card, and in addition to the $500 credit, you're also getting, I don't know, deep clean something another or
Well,
refrigerator clean or
another way to do it instead of discounting is to do this. Is that the gift card cafe allows you to do this? Is that you could do BOGOs? Is that for every $100 in gift cards that they get, especially if it's for your existing customers, that they get $20. So basically, they get a $20 gift certificate. You can set the BOGOs at whatever you want, the buy one get one. So that might be a better structure if you don't want to show a discount, but you want to create an incentive for your current customers to buy these for other people. You could offer these buy one get ones as an
you
opportunity.
but you buy for every $100 you get an extra 20,
Yeah, that's an
which
opportunity that I think is instead of even discounting it the same thing happens, but it maybe increases the value proposition for them to buy these for other people too, beyond even
yeah,
just buying them for themselves.
yeah. Does gift card cafe give you the ability to set it up that way?
It does. It does. You can even run daily deals with Gift Card Cafe where you could actually have like a countdown timer and run this so that there's a timer on it. It creates the urgency of the situation of that this deal is just till Friday, right? So you can run a lot of different promotions like that through it. So
So this is a little off the gift card idea, but if you're using that for like production planning purposes, and if you knew like I've got a really light day on Tuesday, could you run a daily deal and say Tuesday only? And
yeah, I mean, you could. I would probably just do a quick search in Made Central for all of my on-demand customers and send them a text message. But
yeah,
yes, you could do that. The way that I currently do that is just I look for customers with certain tags in Made Central and send them a text message, and I even sort it down to the zip code that not the zip code to the zone that I want to send to, like where we actually even have the opening at where I want to try and fill it. And we've been really nailing it with those on-demand customers. But yes, you could do it like that where you were trying to fill some revenue. I don't structurally, I'm not exactly sure of how you would get them to redeem right then and do that, but you could. I would think about more of like a month that's low, like where you want to drive some demand and maybe do like a certificate, like almost like the old Groupon days, where it's like, hey, limited time offer and this certificate. If it's like a Groupon type of deal, it can have a shorter term expiration than a gift card too. So like a daily deal has different rules than a gift card, where you could actually drive some short term demand like what you're talking about.
So I guess that a daily deal is something that's deeply discounted, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
probably more discounted than 20%. Like, but if you were trying to fill some short-term demand, you could put a cap on it where, like, we're going to sell 5,000 of these things. You have to use them within the next 30 days. So you could create some short-term demand with that tool, and that's a feature built within Gift Card Cafe.
okay.
I haven't done anything like that in years, but I'm remembering a Groupon that I did, like, it's got to be like 10 years ago. I don't know how long Groupon. It's been a while, right? Like, did you ever do
There's
one?
Groupon and Living Social. Was that the other one?
Yes, I did a Living
I think
Social. You're right. I did Living Social. Yeah, yeah. Are they
and I
still
know some
around?
people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think they've morphed into various things. I don't think daily deals are very popular. I know some cleaning companies got themselves in, you know, some awkward spots doing daily deals and sold a bunch of business that they were upside down on, and you know, you can get yourself in trouble if you don't set those up right.
Yeah, you got to have good limiters and good, like, what's the cap, and even just like, those daily deals, they didn't care where they sold that to. So you could probably end up with like a deal in, like, part of town you don't want to go to. It's too far, or like whatever. So it's yeah, I haven't done one in probably 10 years, but I did. And we made some good money off them, and we turned a lot of them into customers. So um, you have to have a really good follow-up plan. If you're going to do some kind of daily deal, you need some kind of follow-up plan with it to turn as many of them into recurring customers as you can. Obviously, that's not what all of them are wanting, but some percentage of them need to turn into recurring business, or else the whole thing is not worth doing.
So here you go. I digress, but this is the Charleston market,
Twenty
Groupon,
percent
and
off. Yeah, they're not
you
giving
know,
crazy deals, but I mean, oh no, someone's doing 50% off,
$50.
$120. Wow, 50%
Two-man
off.
hours of house cleaning, so it's like $30 an hour. So,
So
that's
their
definitely
rack, are
low.
they saying their
But
rack rate is $60 an hour? So yeah, they're definitely discounting pretty deeply, but at least
I
their
guess that's,
rack rate is good.
yeah, I'm wondering if it really is $60 an hour, though. They might actually be selling it at 40 and they say 60 in order to make the numbers work.
Look better, sure. Yeah, I don't know. There's a little bit of gamemanship in all sales, a little bit, right? You want to be as honest as you can with your sales presentations, though, because it'll tend to come back to bite you at some point if it's not. So I think that they would regret that if they were kind of gaming that too much.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You don't want to do that. Um, So, is there anything else to the gift card idea? I mean, we've talked about, the
No.
platforms to set it up, and there's probably others out there, but we've used gift card, cafe over the years as well, and have had good luck with it.
Yeah, I
How
think
to
the
set up the
biggest thing
command.
is, I think it's fun just on Friday morning to kind of sit there and drink your coffee and watch the money roll in, and just be like, you know, you're not working that. We always take off. I don't know if everyone else does this, but we've always taken off the Friday after Thanksgiving. I've never been open that day. And so normally, and the way I think about it is I want to be off that day. I wouldn't want anyone in my home. So I try and put myself in my customer's shoes. And I've never regretted that, other than I'd love to make the revenue on the day, but it doesn't feel right. Like, I want to be off that day as well. So we've always been off, but it's fun to watch the revenue come in that day.
um, is there any value in like putting a page on your website, or at least a link or something on your website that would take visitors to the uh,
Yes, let me,
gift card?
I think I've got the page open. Let me share what I've got going here. I think I've got it, share screen. One of the things I don't love about Vidyard is that you can only share the whole, oh no, you can do it a window. Oh, I was wrong here. I just didn't realize that was the tab. There it is. So you would build a page on your website. You don't have to be as graphic about this, but the buy now button would take them to your gift card checkout. But you would put this on your website as well. And
Okay.
you can, we the last time I did a big gift card push was we actually were shut down in St. Louis during COVID, and we did a gift card push, and that was very helpful in generating some revenue to kind of whether we didn't know all that PPP money was coming, all that stuff. We talked about, we didn't want to talk too much about that stuff today, but here it is coming up again. But we didn't know what we didn't know, and so we did a gift card push and put about $20,000 in our bank account, which felt really good at the time because we were shut down for 6 weeks, and that money probably was the difference between whether or not, if the PPP hadn't come in, whether or not we would have had spool up money to get through again, because we just watched our accounts dwindling down every week, every week after week, so this was part of our restart plan, was to sell some gift cards and have enough cash in the bank to make our first payroll, basically, after all this was said and done. So I
Yeah.
didn't have to go into personal. Uh, I went pretty liquid and I was ready to go into the personal funds, but I did not have to go and use any personal money to restart my business after COVID. So that was a good thing.
Could you share how much revenue and gift cards you sold?
During COVID, I think
Yeah.
around $20,000 is what we collected. We did a 10% discount is what we did, just to, for, and customers that were very loyal. The other thing we did that wasn't gift card related was we put a link on our website where they could do a donation to an employee assistance fund, where we would make direct cash contributions to our employees that needed cash assistance during COVID. So we gave them the opportunity to both support the company and to support the employees directly.
Wow. It
So
seems like that
people,
was a lifetime ago, doesn't it? It
it
wasn't
does,
that
man.
long ago, but that was
People
a
were very
scary time.
generous though. People were very generous though. I am very thankful for the generosity of our customers during that time, and you know, I had feelings at the time that COVID was going to bring our country together. Obviously, that didn't happen. We were going to all come together, kumbaya, get over this together. That didn't happen. But it was, in the end, I remember it being I felt very positive about the whole experience because of the way that I felt about my customers and how they took care of us at the time. So I do remember having some positive feelings, even though we were going through a scary time.
There
Um,
were there were there were a lot of kind people doing kind things. It didn't fix everything, and maybe it didn't stick the way that we would want to. But those people are still out there, and the thoughts and sentiments are still there.
yeah.
Hopefully, we can get to a better place without having to have another pandemic to get us there.
Yeah, we'll hopefully we'll all get together on the same page again someday. It turns out it's not COVID that's going to bring us all together. I kind of thought it was going to be like a 9/11 moment again, where we were all hanging our flags out the door and kind of coming together as Americans. That didn't happen, but we can hope for the best. Like there's still a lot of things that we have commonality on that we don't need to fight about everything. So it's not COVID. It'll be something else. We're going to figure it out. But I was very pleased with how the good moments of COVID, with how people treated our staff with kindness and with a lot of dignity and respect, and really showed their appreciation for them by buying both gift certificates for us and helping fund that employee assistance fund, which we used every drop of it and helped our employees. We matched that dollar for dollar as well. So for every dollar that the customers gave, Angela and I also donated to that as well. That got very expensive, but it felt like the right thing to do since we were laying off our employees.
Right. And then fortunately, the SBA came along and with
Yes, that's true.
PPP and other things to make make that easier to do too.
Yes, yes, we were able to be very, very generous with getting our staff back on board and working again, and yeah, all of that helped, obviously. But yeah, to get to drive it home with gift cards is that the thing is you can use it a lot of different ways, but this is kind of a big moment. We've got 3 weeks to plan um, for this. So what I would suggest now is the first step is getting all your tools together. Tools that you might need to do this might be gift card cafe and Canva, maybe to create some artwork, for the ads. But it could just be a simple ad that you have on your, like in the email. It doesn't have to be crazy. There's buy now buttons directly from um, gift card cafe where you can, do all that. Where you don't even need to do any graphics if you don't want to.
So I'm looking at your website, Matt. There's this isn't really in the menu, right?
No,
So
it's
do
not.
you
It's on the about us. It's on the side menu there on the about us. I'm not directly trying to put this into my header menu. You'd have to get to this through a link, or if you use the about us link on the right hand. So if I go here, where is
okay?
my? So if I go to about us here, and then if I go to gift certificates, they can find it here, but it's not in my top level navigation
I got you.
because it's not really
I,
what I want to drive every day to.
I wonder though if it was just like right on your main landing page, like where it says. I mean, I don't know how you would do it, but something making that just for you know the holiday season.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly could go right to my homepage and put. It's not a bad idea. I mean, again, it's a WordPress site, so you can certainly do whatever you want, right? I could probably right below here just be like, like I could put a banner here and right on the header put holiday gift cards. That's probably not a terrible idea. I hate to
Because I
mess
might
with the
be going
aesthetic
there
of my site.
thinking that I want to get my home cleaned for the holidays and find out what I can do to gift cards. Well, shoot, I'll, get something for mom
Yeah.
and my neighbor and who
Hey, this is
knows.
kind of a fun thing I noticed today in Made Central is I have 7 trainees right now. My staffing situation is getting like back to normal. I think we're going to break like 32 or 33 technicians again. We were at 37 prior to COVID. We peaked at like 40 maybe in December of that year or December of 2019. Like we always are a little bit higher staff in December and kind of come down a little bit in January, February, March. The following year, it just kind of trends and cycles because we used to do like 20% of our business was one time work. Now it's like 5% because we just don't have the labor. But I think we're going to be in a pretty good position right now. Maybe the rest of you, if anyone wants to chime in, are you seeing that you're having enough labor to maybe sell some extra cleanings over the holidays? Are you getting on top of this again? Because I'm starting to see a good trend.
I can tell you pretty much across all branches, we're in a better position now than we've been anytime since COVID. Um, a little early to spike the football yet, but we're feeling good about it.
It's good. Yeah, I was showing somebody the software today. I was doing a demo and I was looking at there's an employee schedule page where you can see all of your employees. And I had all these employees up on the not scheduled tab. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't had that in forever where I've had extra labor that we haven't even assigned yet. Like we need to still put these people on teams and I was like, oh my God, we're actually like the good old days when I don't know if people remember, like years ago, I used to hire floaters and I'd be like, I'll sell the business. I'm going to hire these people. I don't have jobs for them yet. I don't have teams for them yet. But I would hire them as floaters and we would call them the day before and let them know if they had work or not, or if they would be off. And we generally always told them there was work, but you know, the rules with floaters in Missouri is you had to give them at least 4 hours pay if you didn't let them, like there was rules to this, like in Missouri at least. I don't know if it's in every state, it's different. But if you didn't let them know the night before, you had to give them at least 4 hours of pay. So we would want to make sure it was clear that they got, notified either the night before or, at least give them something to do the next day. Did, did you guys ever have that, like floaters where you have, people that you didn't have assigned work to? It's
Yeah, yeah,
been
we've done that
years.
before.
It's been years since I've had enough labor to do that, but yeah. Um, so,
We actually, and I'm rolling the clock back, probably 20 years, but we ran a temporary labor service called service staffing, and we staffed hotels and restaurants and
oh, cool.
all
That's
kinds
right.
of stuff. And we would also use that as like reserve inventory for castle keepers, because we would put them through training where they could do professional house cleaning, but we would farm them out to other businesses and give them extra hours cleaning homes if we had extra demand.
It's great. Yeah, I remember we've talked about this a little more. That was a good program that you guys were able to run. But no more staffing agency at all. You still have the LLC, but you don't run it actively.
Yeah, we do it for more internal things. Running a temporary labor agency has a lot of challenges as well. Not least of which is you need a ton of cash because your clients basically use you as a bank, and you got to make payroll every week, but you might have receivables that are 90 days out. And we had more than where one scary moment where cash was short and we were chasing it. And there's a lot of companies that use temporary labor services for that very reason. Cash is short for them too, so they pay a premium for the temporary labor, but it is as good as bank financing if you're an
If they
employer
sell the
that use it
jobs,
that
right?
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. I never thought about how much capital intensity that probably has. I mean,
It,
yeah. If you
it,
had,
and that was one of the reasons why we kind of backed off of some of that. It's just I didn't have the stomach for it.
yeah, I think most of us in our industry love do the work, get paid the same day. Like very little receivables, very little risk really as far as bad debt. It's. I mean, I can't even say that it's more than a percentage over a year in bad debt of unpaid invoices. If it ever gets above that, that would be like miraculously low in a lot of industries. So we don't even really realize how good we have it for that in our industry.
Yeah. This is pretty much a cash business, and I think most of it's gone, electronic, running credit cards. Kind of curious, what percentage of companies even, take checks anymore.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
know a lot of
it's
firms
probably
are
even less than
pushing
a
it.
percent. You're right. It's probably less than even a percent now for most companies. We're 99.9% credit cards. I still have one or two customers that we allow to do a check, and really, I think it's just one customer now. I think if I were to look at yeah, I think it's one customer that we batch invoice. That's it. I think everyone else that we have a credit card for. So
Yeah.
that's changed dramatically even in the last couple of years.
Logistically, it just creates so many more opportunities as well. You don't have to have, your technicians coming back to the office to hand in, checks or cash or something. It's just too many things that can go wrong, especially, post COVID, where, more and more, companies are going to solos, and, technicians are working from home and so forth.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, we are approaching the top of the hour. We're winding down here. We're going to be next month. We're going to be talking about accounting and finance, and all of this is kind of leading up to convention, which is going to be the 15th through like the 17th of November. We're going to be talking about that as well. Um, I'm hoping to see a lot of people at convention. I've kind of heard, that there's some people that oftentimes go that may be thinking that they're going to be passing this year, but I've heard some of the numbers are starting to tip up as well.
I just
More
talked
and
someone
more.
into it today. I said that they really need to be there for the networking opportunities. I mean, I get a lot of my. I mean, I get a lot of my best ideas for my business once a year that I execute. I remember Kathy Gage years ago told me something. I can't even remember what we were talking about. And I went home like from that convention. It was in Chicago probably 8 years ago. I went home and executed on it. And it was like, it was a big deal. Like, I don't remember what it was, but it made me tens of thousands of dollars from this one little idea that she was doing that she was willing to share. And she's a local competitor, you know?
And that's really what it's about too. It's not like, you know, coming back with a basket full of, stuff to implement. I mean, you might, but usually it's just one idea that you never would have come up with if you hadn't have been there and you hadn't have and you would never gotten it through a webinar or anything else. It's just the whole thing of being with other people and networking, and it happens and you bring it back, and it can be a big thing. It can change your business, and I've seen that happen time and time and time again. Hey, Robin's going to be there. Awesome.
That is good. That is good.
Looking forward to that, Robin. We're going to be there. We're going to be speaking. We're going to be talking to people about Maid Central. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff.
I just got word that ISSA wanted me to do a couple of spots at the show too. So I got a couple of pinch hitter roles. I didn't apply initially to be a speaker, but they asked me today if I'd pinch in a little bit. So I got to make some presentation.
You know what you're going to talk? You know what you're going to talk about?
I'd like to talk about KPIs, but I don't know if you're already talking about that. Maybe that's not what I'll talk about. Maybe I'll focus on
we can coordinate. We can coordinate. I've got we could talk for weeks about KPIs. We've done it before, so there's a lot of real estate there.
That is true. I had a presentation that I like about the main KPIs people, or that I look at every day running my business. But there's a few other things that I have kind of in the can that I'll probably play around with.
Well, Monday we're going to be back, and we're going to be talking about accounting and finance for the month of November. And Kedma O is going to be our guest on Monday. And if you've never seen Kedma, and I know a lot of you have, because she's a rare talent. She's a force of nature, and you don't want to miss Kedma. She brings it 110%.
Nice.
We are at the top of the hour. Matt, thank you. This was good. I've got notes here, and honestly, I got to tell you that I wasn't really focused on trying to push gift cards this year, but we can certainly get ourselves together here the week of Thanksgiving to do this, and we're going to do it. You've inspired me.
Well, that's good. You're one. I got to get myself fired up. I was thinking I was going to take a pass this year, but now that I talked about it, I think I'm going to do it as well. So it's it's always been good for my business. I just was kind of thinking, hey, we're doing so good this year. We were labor constrained, but then I saw all these employees we hired. I might need to actually get them busy. So I need to do it myself.
Okay. Well, thank you, Matt. As always, this was awesome. Thanks for joining us today. We'll be back Monday at 5 o'clock Eastern with Kedma O. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.